I'm John Howson with the YMCA of Greater Kalamazoo, and I'm going to show you some exercises that will help when you're driving or doing any other activities to keep you more alert, improve your posture, work on your leg strength, upper body strength, and core strength primarily. We're going to start out with a sit and stand on a chair, and you can use it with a support if necessary. Basically what you're going to do is we're going to do a hip hinge. The hip hinge means that you're bending at the hip and not at the back. So I'm going to go down into the chair, I'm going to transfer the weight to my heels, and when I stand up I'm going to come up nice and slow. I want to maintain that hip hinge, so I'm bending here rather than the lower back. Again, we'll do it one more time. We're going to put our weight on our heels, so we're going to sit back like we're just sitting into the chair. We're going to go down and we're going to come up, and this will just support you if you need that for the exercise. Remember to keep the head up, shoulders back, abs are tight, nice posture. We're going to sit back down and then we're going to come up. Now if you want to make it harder, you just get rid of the support. You can use your hands forward for a little bit of balance, and you're going to go down almost to the seat and then back up, so you don't have to always sit down all the way. We'll do that one more time. All right, that's your basic exercise for the legs. Primarily, it's called a sit and stand. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is called a plank, and we're going to do it two different ways. We're going to start out with a modified plank, which we'll do on a bench. This can also be done on a chair. It can be done on different items, but the idea is that we want you to be in what we call back extension. Okay, so we're going to put our elbows on the bench. In this case, we're going to bring our legs out straight. We're just going to hold that position for starting out with 5 or 10 seconds up to eventually about 1 minute. So that's going to be the simple. Your head is up, abs are tight, and you're just holding that position. And then to get out of the position, you can bring one leg up, bring one arm, and then stand up. Now the other more difficult version is on the floor, and again, depending how comfortable you are getting on the floor, you're going to go out to your elbows and you're going to hold that same position. Now if that's easy, then you can modify it by lifting a leg, lifting the other leg, lifting an arm, lifting the other arm, dropping the knees, one knee up, other knee up. All of these exercises, all the different variations to the plank, are going to create a little bit of stability issues, so that you have to stabilize during the exercise itself. Okay. Again, you want to keep the neck nice and straight, keep the posture nice and neutral. We call it neutral. Let me show you the hip hinge one more time, just because we did that when we did the sit and stand. So I want you to see this one. You're bending here at the hip, and you're not bending at the back. So when I go down, this is what it should look like. And that's going to feel a little bit unusual when you start. So you're bending here, and you're not bending here. So that's what we call the hip hinge. And you're doing that when you're doing any type of sitting into a chair. Okay? So the next one is going to be, that was the first one was for legs. The second one was for core. This one is going to be for the chest. And so I'm going to simply do a wall push-up. So I'm going to stand in this position. The further your feet are away from the wall, the more difficult it's going to be. So you're going to put your hands against the wall, and you're going to go forward and back. Forward. It should take about 4 seconds toward the wall and about 2 seconds back. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. If you want to make it a little bit easier, stand a little closer. Want to make it a little harder, stand a little further away. And that's it. It will get quite difficult the further away you go. Okay, so that's a basic wall push-up. Works the chest, also works the triceps to a lesser degree, and a little bit of your shoulders. Okay, the last one we're going to do is a back exercise, and this is done with a dumbbell, and it's called a bent over row. And essentially, you're gonna grab a dumbbell that you're comfortable with, and you have to experience or experiment to figure out what weight you want to use. This one can also be done on a chair or on a bench. I recommend a bench. You're going to put one hand on the bench, one knee on the bench. The opposite arm is where the dumbbell is going to be in your hand, and you're just going to simply bring it up and down. This is called a one-arm bent over row. Again, neutral back. You're not bending the back at all, you're keeping it nice and smooth. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Now on these, the idea is you want to bring the weight up in a 2 count and let it down 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the speed. Nice and slow. Again, the shoulder blades are together, the back is flat, and I use the words flat and neutral interchangeably. So again, your back is in this position, you're not rounding the back. So this exercise is simply for your posture. You're going to stand up against the wall with your heels, your rear end, your shoulder blades, and your head against the wall. And you're just going to stand in this position, and your body will get, this is what we call a neutral position, and you're going to gently press the head against the wall. And you can feel that the muscles in the back of the neck working to do that. So that's just a simple, you can also do that with your driving in a car using a headrest. Put your head against the headrest and just press that head back, and that will help with your posture also. The flexibility exercises that we can do is bring the shoulder blades or shoulders up, shoulders down, shoulder blades together and back, and then just simply practice turning left, back to the middle, turning right, back to the middle, and do that exercise 10 times on each side, twice a day. And that will help with that. All right, that's it. Thank you.